Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review, and next up is the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Black Ranger with the Dragon Shield. Here in the United States, it is a Walgreens exclusive. However, I got mine from Dan Who out in the UK, so link to in the video description, link to his channel as well as his Instagram. So thank you, Dan. I appreciate you reaching out to me, seeing if I wanted to get this from you, and we did a nice little trade. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I'm very happy to have this. The Mighty Morphin team is really coming along. Even though this isn't, you know, the standard regular Black Ranger, still really nice to have a Black Ranger figure to add into the collection. The Mighty Morphin team is really starting to come around. So we have the Green Ranger, we have the White Ranger, we have the Pink Ranger, we have the Red Ranger, even though it's a Red Ranger with the Dragon Shield. Still nice to have. So of course, you know, when they do something like this, the Black Ranger with Dragon Shield, and they have the Red Ranger and Green Ranger, so naturally, of course, it was very easy for Hasbro to do something like this, slap on an exclusive label to it, and there you have it. So I don't mind those kinds of things because, you know, we get another figure and it's always something different and nice to have. So even though the Black Ranger had the Dragon Shield for one episode and it was only a couple of minutes, still something nice to have. So we'll get right to it. So here we see the figure with some of the accessories. We have a nice unmasked head sculpt for Zach. There's the side artwork of the Black Ranger. There's a look at the back of the package, no bio or anything like that. You can see there's a proto image shot of the figure. Here is the UPC, if that's going to help anybody in their hunts at Walgreens. There you have it. There is the figure. Let's get right to it and open them up. Alright, and here is the Black Ranger with Dragon Shield figure out of the package, and I am very pleased with it. Again, simple repaint. It makes it extremely easy for Hasbro to just throw different paint color, minor differences. You know, the Morpher, of course, the Power Coin is different, so that belt piece is a new piece, a new head sculpt, or two new head sculpts. But it is very easy for Hasbro to do this. And again, I'm not even mad at it. This kind of thing is completely expected, and it's nice that we're getting these variations. Now, would I have really wanted a regular Black Ranger now? Sure. But we have Black Ranger, so I'm happy with it. So pretty cool. So the only thing really new in this pack, we get this new effect piece, which so many of these Power Rangers are now coming with completely different effect pieces. So there's so many different ones now. And this one's pretty cool. So the blaster coming out of the axe cannon, or whatever it's called, power cannon. I just remember it being the axe. Now, this is the same one from the San Diego Comic-Con 2-pack with the Red Ranger and the Gold Ranger, where all the different weapon pieces come together for the Power Blaster, Mega Blaster, whatever it's called. So it is pretty cool. So we'll take a quick, closer look at this axe. And it does look very good. So we get some nice yellow paint here on the blade, as well as there. We get a nice look at that Mastodon there. Some nice silver paint apps for the barrel. And then the rest of it is just black. And again, looks very good. I like the way it came out. Here's a closer look at that blast effect. And this, it's a pretty rubbery, so this ball portion of it is pretty hard, but the rest of it is very rubbery and kind of pliable, but it's not really going to go anywhere. It's just, it moves around quite a bit, and you can see that it just ports right into the barrel of the cannon and just rests in there. So that is pretty cool. We get two interchangeable hands. So out of the package, he has two open holding hands for the blasters, the axe and the regular red blaster. He has the karate chop hand, and then he has a fist for his right. The karate chop is the left. And then, of course, we get the unmasked head here, and we'll take a closer look at that. And you know what? In the package, I'm like, that doesn't look like Zach. Out of the package, I'm thinking, that still doesn't look like Zach. But I can see it in sometimes when I get certain angles and kind of look at it. But, you know, I don't think Hasbro, I don't think this was their best. Maybe it's the hair. It's a little bit longer than I remember. It's been so long also, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll take a closer look at that a little bit later. And then, of course, we get the red blaster, the same that the Pink Ranger came with there. So let's take a closer look at this guy. Okay, so here's a close-up look at the Black Ranger. Now, looking at the helmet, I really dig the helmet. We got some gold for the eyes, and then some silver for like the tusks, I guess that would be, and then silver for the mouth area. And I think it looks really good. The sculpt of it, it came out really nice. And then we got the black, the trunk. And that's actually silver painted lines in there, so that's not just sculpted. And it's actually not sculpted. That's strictly Oh no, it's sculpted as well, and then we get the nice silver painted lines in there. But that head sculpt came out looking really good of that helmet. Now, I think this guy, kind of the same thing that Green Ranger was going on. It sits very low on the neck. So I think Black Ranger kind of has that going, whereas like the Red Ranger, his was a little bit higher on there, and I guess not a whole lot. So that's kind of going for him. And then of course, what's new is his morpher, that power coin is the Mastodon. So that, of course, this entire belt piece is a new piece, which all the figures, the way they're set up and these things, this belt piece is a separate piece. So each one is getting a new one of those. Otherwise, the figure is the exact same as the Green Ranger and the Red Ranger. Kind of looking out through the rest of the figure, you can see everything is really the same. So we're going to pop this helmeted head sculpt off. And let's pop on the unhelmeted Zack head. You know what, that looks pretty good. I like the way that looks. But again, I mean, I see it sometimes, but then I just don't think it's the greatest. But again, I think it's the hairstyle. What I think Hasbro is going to do eventually, and I would not be surprised if they do this. So some of the characters got different actors and actresses to portray the specific color Ranger. So throughout, so there was a different Red Ranger, a different Pink Ranger, a different Yellow Ranger, a different Black Ranger. Blue Ranger, I guess, was always Billy, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if Hasbro re-releases all of the Mighty Morphin figures, but with the other actor or actress's head sculpt, and then we might get things like the Power Blaster that's folded up or something like that. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Maybe when the Black Ranger comes out, maybe we get the Atom head sculpt on it. Who knows? So I don't know if Hasbro said anything like that. I didn't get to attend the panel, and I really haven't seen anything on that. But that's something that I would like to see Hasbro do. You know, we get all these other actors and actresses that were from the movie and from the other seasons of the show. It'd be nice to get them as well. You know, it's great to have the original from when the show first started. But some of those other actors, you know, they held their own as well, and they continued on into other iterations of Power Rangers. So, you know, maybe we'll just get them like with Zeo or something, but still would be pretty nice. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Now let's look at his articulation. Okay, so looking at the articulation for the Black Ranger, so he can look down somewhat. The head sits so low that the chin's going to hit right against that dragon shield. It's going to make it a little bit tough. He can look up somewhat. Of course, there is a full swivel, and there is a little bit of pivot in there. The arms go up that high, which is good. There you get a full rotation in there. There is a butterfly joint, so you can get that arm to go back quite a bit. You're not going to get it to go forward a whole lot because that strap of the dragon shield is going to hinder that and get in the way. There is an upper bicep swivel there. You get a double jointed elbow, which gives you that much bend there. The wrists swivel, and they do hinge. Now, there is a diaphragm joint, so you can get some pivot going to that side, get some pivot going that way. You can go back a little bit on that diaphragm joint. You can go forward a little bit on there. And then in addition to that, there is an ab crunch. So with the crunch and with the diaphragm, you can get him to bend down that much. You can get him to go back quite a bit as well. But because of the diaphragm and the ab crunch, there, of course, is no waist swivel. Legs go out that far apart. You can't kick forward that much. Can go back, not at all. It's not moving back at all. There's an upper thigh cut there. Double jointed knee, which works out quite well. There is a boot swivel there. Foot hinges down that much. Foot hinges up slightly. And then there is ankle pivot. So standard articulation that we've seen with all of the Rangers. That's weird. I got some pink in my boot right there. I don't know what that's about. So again, this is the same exact body mold, same everything, same hands, same feet as the Green Ranger from the 2-pack, the fan channel exclusive 2-pack, the Fighting Spirit Green Ranger, and the Red Ranger from the San Diego Comic-Con 2-pack with the Gold Ranger, Zeo Gold Ranger, and then the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. So these three figures are the exact same. Everything about them is the same. Again, just different belt pieces, different head sculpts. Otherwise, again, completely the same. Straight repaints. But it's not bad, right? Hasbro does it. The figure is accurate, so you know I can't even be mad at it. Now, I don't. At some point, don't know when, we will get a regular Black Ranger. Again, I would prefer that one but I am happy to have this one. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Are you going to be holding out and waiting for the regular Black Ranger? Or are you going to be picking this up once you see it hit Walgreens? Now, I have no idea when it is going to hit. Hopefully soon, but we really don't know. So it randomly started arriving in the UK, both in-store and online to some of their distributors. So it is what it is. So there he is. There they are together. Here he is next to the Pink Ranger. Okay, here he is next to the White Ranger. Here he is next to one of the Putty. Here is the Black Ranger next to Goldar. And you can see Goldar is much larger. And of course, here is the Black Ranger next to Lord Zed. And you can see Zed is quite larger as well. So now we are really waiting for a Rita figure, which I know Hasbro will give us. It's just going to be a matter of time until we get it. Then the last comparison is going to be next to a Ranger that you would never actually see together, but because their color schemes are extremely similar, I have to do it, right? So here is the Black Ranger with Dragon Shield next to the Zeo Gold Ranger. And again, the color schemes are the exact same, but they are two different seasons of Power Rangers. We have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Power Rangers Zeo. Okay, so there is my review. Nice, quick, straight to the point. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of the video, what you guys think of the figure. Hit that thumbs up if you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.